start from there. Is it my screen is visible to everyone? Can
Yes, sir.
yeah, thank you. Okay, let me start where we exactly ended yesterday. Okay, guys, do you have any queries on yesterday's workshop or any related questions or anything you can post on the chat? So first 10 minutes, we can cover all the questions, or the first 5 minutes, we can all the cover questions, and then we will start fresh with what exactly we have learned yesterday, and we are going to build everything from there. Yeah, sure, Abhishek. We will start with that. Let's first discipline. Okay. Uh, Let me give you a background of what exactly we have done yesterday. So we started. Yeah, we started yesterday with the product recommendation. So product recommendation, what we exactly told, what is the product recommendations and the types of the recommendations and techniques, and what is the case study we are going to take on in this workshop, right, guys? So the next thing, what exactly we did on that, we analyzed some what are the major product recommendations, where exactly the product recommendation is using, which is Amazon, Netflix, and the LinkedIn. And another thing we covered also, there are another thing which I want to highlight here also, Facebook is also using most of the product recommendations. So that is also we are going to see in the upcoming workshop. So we covered two types of recommendation system. One is personalized, another is the non-personalized, right? Can someone tell me what is the difference between the personal and the non-personalized from yesterday's session, if you recall? You can just simply tell on the chat bot, chat. What is the difference between the personal and the non-personal recognition, so the new joiners can know what is the different, what is the exactly the differences? Personal is for user, non-personal is for the user. Right, Prakash, right. What exactly the Prakash and Weber, yeah, you are all right. So what exactly the personal recommendation is? Personal recommendation, we have the prior information of all the customer, like purchase data or the customer data or the location of the customer. We have all this information in our hand. Depending on this information, we will make the connection or the nearest neighbor, finding the who customer is related to which customer. So we can make customer product recommendation, viewed recommendation, or bought together recommendation, like this personal recommendation come into the picture. When we talk about the non-personal recommendation, this is where we don't know about much about the customer, but we have prior information of product, right? If we already have the prior information of the product, we can make all the recommendation around that, like which product is bought with the which product. So we can say that product bought together with recommendation, or we can see like which product is viewed with which product, right? So we can make the view product recommendations. Depending on that, we can say. And yesterday we talked about another recommendation, like hybrid recommendation system, where we will come into the picture of non-personalized and the personal recommendation come into the picture, right? So after that, what exactly we told, we talk about more of the techniques. What are the techniques we are going to use, right, guys? The techniques what we covered yesterday is, we told about three things, which is explicit data, implicit data, and product information, right? Explicit data is what exactly we don't know, we have to get it from somewhere. We have to get it from the customer, or the ratings, or from the feedback. so that we can improve our product recommendation system. Right, guys? The implicit data is purchase history or the click browser history. We know that which person is visited which product, or which person used which product at the which point of time. Right, guys? So these are the another is the product information. We already know what are the product attributes. Like there are kind of attributes like which color or the which type of things. Let's say if we are differentiate between, let's say, simple kids and the middle-aged persons, so we can say that kids like more kind of a bright colors or the more kind of a looking colors. But when we come into the youngsters or the people like us, so what exactly they will look for, they will look like more kind of a different kind of a colors, right? So this where we differentiate, make the between these two, depending on for the kids or the for the youngsters or the for the middle-aged person or the for the old age person, we can make this kind of a recommendation over the product also. But these are not much used in, but the most used in the recommendations are like product recommendation, like bought together recommendation, which product is bought with the which product. View together recommendation, like which product is viewed with which product. Another thing is we can say that simply the product recommendation or the simply the category recommendation. Categories recommendation is one section of kids, one section of women, one section of men. So these are the different categories we can see on the every platform, every e-commerce platform, or the every uh, if we talk about the Netflix or the Amazon Prime, where we can make a different categories like genres. Genres is horror, thriller, or the action movies, or the this kind of different categories come into the picture. Right, guys? If you have any doubts, please let me know over the chat so we can cover itself here. So when we are gonna on the hands-on, so we are gonna see how exactly this gonna look like. Right, guys? And we talked about more of a recommender approaches also. So what are the recommendation approaches we taught yesterday? Item hierarchy, attribute based, collaborative filtering, or the graph based or the model based approaches. In the theory part we are going to cover all this, but if we actually look into the picture of workshop, which is morely based on hands-on, so we are going to cover all these approaches in the hands-on itself in the coming days. Okay, guys? So this is the these are the six approaches we told yesterday. One kind of item hierarchy, so which is kind come into the picture of brought together, right? Attribute based, like movies, which is kind of in the similar kind of a category category recommendation type, right? So these are the approaches we are going to follow, but we are going to see with the hands-on experience over what are the recommendation we approaches we are going to use, right? That's nice. So any doubts, please let me know over the chat so that we can cover much over there, right? We can discuss that part. And the next thing we told over the end of the workshop, or like on Friday or Saturday, we are going to take Amazon case study with all the data set, what are the data sets provided by Amazon on the internet, and we will lively or the real life in the real scenario, we will take that data set directly from the internet and read the data and extract some features from the data and make a model out of it, and we will gonna build a model out of it, and we are gonna predict something for the product, right? So if you look at the what are the please guys, I will suggest you all, please make yourself mute so that nobody can be disturbed. Right, guys? Yeah. So in the Amazon case study, what we are going to do is that we are going to first do the data modeling, where we will fetch all the data. This can be simply find out by the data set. And the next thing we are going to do is the feature extraction, where we will do the pre-processing of the data, like what exactly we have see on the TV, radio, newspaper over the sales. So we extracted some features and we made some correlation between the features, and we found out that some outliners, and we found out that some Right, guys. I'm audible to everyone, right? So we will yesterday we done some pre-processing. We find out using the scatter plots or the joint plots. We are saying something, and we find out that what exactly the different piece. Right, guys? Is my slide is visible to everyone, right? Can you someone? Yes, yes. Yeah, we are gonna see what exactly the difference is, what exactly the Amazon case study is going to be seen, and we are gonna find out how Amazon is doing all his product recommendation systems, right, guys? And we find out that what are the algorithm it is using, what are the dimensions reduction it is following, what are the modeling techniques it is using, right? So someone asked me over the chat that what is collaborative filtering. So collaborative filtering is simply we can say that suppose one person is interested in some item, right? Another person, let's say some person bought some item, right? Another person also bought same item, but he bought one another extra item. Let's say Deshmukh, right? So sorry for you, I don't know exactly Deshmukh, right? So Deshmukh, what exactly we are saying on collaborative filtering is, let's say you bought some two items. Let's say you bought some phone with the earphones, right? So if another person is also bought same phone, but it didn't bought the earphones, when we make our models and when we make our matrix, it will say we are gonna see which person is bought this item with which item. Let's say you bought phone and the earphones, another person is bought only the phone, so the next recommendation for the another person is kind of earphone, right? So we will make product recommendation out of products with respect to the users, and we will find which user is near to this person, so that we can make a recommendation out of this. Yeah, yeah, Deshmukh, is it clear with the yeah, that exactly we are finding similarities between the two persons and making what is the good recommendation for him, right, guys? So we are talking about the Amazon case study. We are going to solve this Amazon case study. So all the new joiners today, do you got exactly idea of what exactly we are going to do here, right? But before going to do all this, we need compulsory some basics in the machine learning. So yesterday we started with some simple taking the data set and making features out of this, and simply what are the features we are going to take and what are the features we are having, and we extracted some features and we done some pre-processing over that. Right, guys, you already done, you all did that part, right? You once you went to the home, you have to do that part because that is the important thing over the workshop. So we told yesterday that let's enough of the theory. So we thought that it's better to go hands-on, so that everybody should learn hands-on experience, because once you learn the theory, you are gonna remember for a very less of time, and you maybe not gonna see the how exactly you didn't got the how exactly data is processed, and how exactly the feature extraction will be done, and how exactly we are modeling, and how exactly we are predicting. So guys, from today we directly jump into the code part, and we will cover what exactly the code we are going to cover. Let's directly jump into the code. So I will suggest whoever have the uh, laptop with you or good internet connection, let's open your Google Colab and we will code together. Right, guys, whoever have the laptop, please open the laptops and open Colab on the Google, and I will provide the link and we can solve it together and we will do the coding together. Okay guys, you're following with me, right? If any doubts, please let me know over the chat. So let me go over the what exactly we did on yesterday, right? uh, and I'm going to explain small thing. I'm going to give some links over the recommendations, and we are going to explain the Kaggle. Yesterday we thought that some of you wanted to know more about the Kaggle, and we are going to deep dive into the Kaggle today. So let me open my collab. And go over what exactly we went through yesterday, right? Does any matlab, how many of you done the homework which I've given to take simple um data out of GitHub and run it over? Can you guys tell me over the chat how many of you done the homework which I've given to take simple data out of GitHub and run it over? How many of yeah. Yes, done. Pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Thank you. Pretty good. That is the best thing. You have to practice more and hands-on. So let me take you over simple things. What exactly we covered, and you can say tell me over the chat if I want to get last. First, let's run from here. For the new, whoever come today in the new, yesterday we took one problem statement. The problem statement is like this. We have three channels. One is TV, radio, and newspaper. With respect to TV, radio, newspaper, we have the sales, right? So the problem statement comes like this. We want to find which medium contributes more towards the sales, and we done some visualization over the relationship between the TV, newspaper, and the features, and we got some good results yesterday. Like TV is almost related to the sales, and newspaper is almost not much related to the sales, but it's compared to TV it is very less. And we find out the how we fetch the median and how we fetch which location to data. Okay guys, and we done this. I think you all guys, I hope you all guys went through this, and let me run from here. So this is the packages we took yesterday: pandas, seaborn, and the matplot. And then we run some numpy, and the next thing we did is we read this data. Yeah guys, so can someone tell me how to fetch last five from my data set over the chat?
td.tail.
Yeah, tail, we will fetch the tail and it will automatically come here, right? And if I want to fetch, suppose fifth location, matlab I want to fetch like uh, at the 10th location what value is present, I want to check what is the code we can follow.
ilog data.ilog.
Yeah, datadog ilog. Yeah, that is the, yeah guys, you're all following. Yeah, that is good. That is good. Yeah, so we will simply use this ilog, and we will get all the features and what are the features. And to want to know the shape, we will simply do the data dot shape. And once the data dot shape is coming to the picture, we will simply do info. To once the info is come, we will simply see what is the null values are present. If the null values are present, and today workshop we are going to see if the null values are present, what should I am going to do with that, right guys? We yesterday we have some doubts over if the null are present or the value is not given at particular location, what should I do, right guys? So we will gonna cover that today. And data does describe, I told you that go through this data does describe over and over again to get more idea of what exactly data is talking to us, right guys? You all went through this, right? Yeah. And we plot some data distribution plots. and we find out that what is the distribution is telling to us, what is this normal distribution or the skew distribution, what exactly the distribution is going to look like. Yeah. And if some guys new joiners, if they are not following, please raise a question. I happy to explain one more time, because they will also matlab, the yesterday's joiners also learn, if it is best to we are on same page. Okay, no doubt, that is better, that is good. So what exactly we find out, that we found yesterday that there is some relation uniform distribution all over all the things, and where we spend on radio and TV seems to be uniform distribution. Spends on TV comparatively higher than spends on radio and newspaper, and we itself find out this from the median itself, right? Once we see the median over here, we thought, we always said that mean value, sorry. So we said that this is almost very less compared to the what is the mean for the TV, right? Yeah, this is one thing. uh, Let me go over the visualization part. Yeah, if we open this one, and we made some conclusion over the TV using this data set. So can someone tell me on the chat what exactly we find out on TV with respect to sales? How exactly it is correlated with respect to TV from these values?
I think it shows the sum of the sales, the relation between the how many members will buy some TV. I mean, in watching the advertisements in TV.
That's correct, that's correct. And in the data itself, it is saying that when I'm putting some amount of money on the TV, I'm getting very less of sales. And when I'm putting some amount of money at the average level, I'm getting average level of sales. I'm
And most
putting,
of the persons will license 0 to 200. It's an average, and beyond that, 200 to 400 is the sum of the squares will be more actually.
yeah yeah that is the right. There is another question from thank you guys, but I don't know your name. But please make this over the chat so nobody can be disturbed.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, can you please increase your voice? Actually, I'm using my laptop's sound, so it's low.
Sure. uh, I will speak louder compared to what I told now. Yeah. uh, Abhishek, you told that spending on TV increases the sales. Yeah. Spending on the TV, as we go into the increase, we will getting the much seller. That's right, Abhishek. What is the significance of two sideways of graph? Yeah, two sideways of graph. Whenever we are plotting joint plot, what exactly it is saying, that what is the relation between this sales, this is sales, and this is kind of a TV, and we are comparing these two graphs with respect to this. So whenever I am plotting all these values here and all these values here, it is saying to me that what is the relation between TV and the sales, right? This is the TV graph and this is the sales graph, right? It is saying that almost sales are almost normal distributed. When we say that TV is somewhere around after the mid, it is having some peak, right? From this we can visualize that TV with respect to sales, it is almost correlated. Like whenever we are using here, it is saying that very less or the more, what exactly we done on yesterday. Yeah, Vaibhav, the two graphs of visualization is simply to understand more about the data. Yeah. And yesterday we told something about this, and we plot some pairwise correlation. If we see about the pairwise correlation, can you someone tell me over the here what is the code for the pairwise correlation? if we have the data stored in data, so if you want to find what is the
So the
correlation
small
between,
kind of relations like the distributions plot, scale, scattered plot, um, it will show with the target variable. It shows the relationship and it shows the all kinds of plots.
yeah, all kind of the plat, that's right, but I would suggest you to make this same thing over the chat, because if we talk on the one-on-one, it will gonna affect all the people. I'm just asking, what is the code we used yesterday to simply find the correlation between these two? So we simply did dot correlated, right? We simply did, to find the correlation between these two, we simply did dot correlation. If I do here, right, to find the correlation, or the to find the correlation between two, we simply did that dot core, right? It will says that TV and the sales are with the correlated of 0.78, and radio is much lesser, and newspaper is much lesser, right guys? So go through the code, what exactly we are saying, because it is almost very important, and we can plot this using the heat map also. So this is the heat map we thought, and these are the all the observation we did yesterday. So let come to the part of introduction to one algorithm. We will gonna cover two algorithm, at least three algorithms in this workshop. We are gonna cover one regression problem, and one classification problem, and one unsupervised learning problem, which is KNN. Use, and with these three, we are gonna build our product recommendation model, either in the Amazon or the simple product recommendation, because these are all the basic matlab we can use all the deep learning or the neural network models also, but that is simply the use of the copy pasting all the thing. But I want to make sure that you all understand the from the basics itself. So that is very important for me to for me, you also, to understand from the basics perspective, because this could be your base model, where it will say that if I run my classification algorithm on my data set, whatever the product recommendation or whatever the things I am gonna get, that is the least way. Matlab, I am not gonna get product recommended accuracy less than this one. So it is better to understand all the basic knowledge. I will suggest you to everyone, please go through basic things first, like learning what exactly the linear regression, or what is the simple kind of a ways to extract the models, or the simple learnings. So this is the best way to learn, and it is first understand, we will understand all the basics, and we will deep dive into the one-on-one in the all the workshop. So that's why you people learn, matlab, focus towards in the basics algorithms also. I know maybe you all already done all these basics, but let revisit together, and we will find more useful how these basics models are very useful in the future, right? So that's why I'm going to cover the linear regression and the classification, like logistic regression part of the aspect, and the k nearest neighbor perspective, and we are going to build the model of product recommendation over these three models, right guys? So let me give you brief introduction of the linear regression. So how many of you guys already know the linear regression? So can somebody tell on the chat or what exactly the linear regression is?
Linear regression, it shows the relationship between the independent and the dependent variable. We have simple linear regression and the multiple linear regression. So in simple, there is only one independent and the one dependent variable, and in whereas in multiple linear regression, it has one um, dependent variable and multiple independent variables. It shows the kind of relationship between it formal line equation y equal to mx plus c, and we calculate the error rate, some of the square errors and things.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. But I'm sorry to say that please, whatever you are making over the voice, it will it is gonna deflect the flow. So please make sure you, if you are doing something, please write on chat so that I will convey whatever you are saying to chat. I will convey to every person here itself, right? Please make sure that it is on chat. So what exactly someone told on the mic itself, that we are simply saying that whenever we are doing some regression algorithm, we already have some data, right? Some dependent value or independent value. Let's say we are having simply y is our predictable value, and whatever that we are going to predict, right? And x is, what is the x is our independent value, which is independent with respect to y, right? Simply when we are giving y is equal to mx plus c, what exactly it will say is that, let's say simple one thing, there is one independent value and with dependent value. Let's speed with the distance, right? Whatever the speed you are going with, and you are going to cover that much distance, right? We are simply saying that with respect to speed, how much distance you are going to cover. If you know this information prior, you can simply make one assumption, and you can predict, if I given this much of speed, you're going to tell me that what is the distance I am going to cover, right? Right? It is simply saying linear regression is the commonly used type of predictive analysis over the idea of regression. So we will simply say that this linear regression estimates are used to explain relation between the one dependent variable, which is, let's say, speed or the distance, or one more independent value. The simplest form of regression equation, one independent and dependent variable, is simply y is equal to mx plus c. Let's say if in what we all know that we studied y is equal to mx plus c. If I know y in this equation, if I know m and x, I can simply find out y, right? So m is simply the distance between 2 points. One is, which is x2 minus y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So we can find out that slope, what is the slope we are gonna with respect to one line, and we already know the x, right? Can we correlate the linear graph example y is equal to? So let me take one simple graph here so that I can explain much better to you. Yeah, guys. So what exactly we are saying? We are saying that this is our graph, right? So let's say this is speed and this is the distance we are going to cover, right? These are my data points over here, over here, over here. Let me take much bigger one. So these are all my data points. These are my experiment what I did previous. Let's say if I go with the, this is distance and this is speed. Let's say if I go with the speed of 10, let me take it here. So this is speed and this is distance I am covering. So this is, let's say my data is look like this. Let's say if I am going with the 80 speed, I am gonna cover like distance of 10 kilometers, right? If I am going speed of 90, I am gonna cover 15. If I am going with 100, I am gonna cover 20, right? We plotted our data like this. So if I want to make, let's say, suppose, let's say if I want to make for the 110 or the, let's say, 85, we on the pre-analysis of our part, we can say that how much distance I am going to cover with the 85, right? Somewhere around 5 to 10, between 5 to 10. So what exactly we are saying that with respect to all this data, I am gonna make one line which is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. Which is y is equal to mx plus c. So how I am gonna find x or the y? How am I gonna find my y? Y is simply the distance between 2 points, right? So let's suppose I want to find the distance between this point to this point. So what exactly I will do? Y is equal to simply y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So whenever I'm going to predict my y, I know x, right? I know, let's say this is my distance and this is my speed, right? If you guys following with me, right? If any doubts, please let me know over the chat. So whenever we want to find some y value, yeah, uh, yeah, Mukul, if you have any doubts, please let me over the chat so I can simply call back to you. So what exactly I am saying here is that if I know the x, if I know already the x value, let's say if I know already x value and I want to find out my y. So finding the y, what exactly we will do? We will simply take 2 points. Suppose with respect to s, I don't know about what is y. Let's say here I don't know about what is y. So but what I know, all this with respect to data points, I made one line, right? I assume that, okay, I assume that this line is my base model, right? Whenever I am getting, it is better to clear if I keep this as a y. Yeah, let me keep this as a, let me keep this as a x and this is y. Sorry guys for the bad drawing, but I just want to explain here. So what exactly I am saying, this all the points I know, I make a one all these points here out of this, so that all the points are made here, right? I made one line over this point which is connected to almost near to this one, and we will come to the part of how exactly this point is drawn here. That is what exactly the linear regression, right? So what exactly we are saying here is that I will make one line with which represent all my points, right? With respect all my points, and I'm gonna, let's say if the new point come into the picture of the graph, right? Let's say this new point come into the picture. This is the new point where this come into the picture. I want to find what is the y for this graph, y for this x. So what exactly I will do? My base line is there for me. So what exactly we will say? Line is, it's a combination of all the points, right? Line is made of all the points. So what exactly I will do? I from here I will draw one perpendicular line, right? Once I draw my perpendicular line, I know what is my y here. I will say that with respect to this x, you're gonna get this y. Guys, you're following me, right? If you're not following, please raise a question. uh, any question, please let me know over the chat. What exactly I'm simply saying is that y is equal to mx plus c, right? So here we are having all the data, right? With respect to all the data, we will draw one line which connect to almost near to all the points, right guys? We are saying that all the points, let me make it bigger here. Let me make it bigger. Okay. uh and keep this as a line from here to here. Okay. What exactly I am saying, what exactly we are saying here, that keep draw line. Right, guys? What exactly I'm saying that, let's say this is my line. This with respect to red is my line, right? These are all my data. Let keep the size of this and keep it here. Yeah, you are able to visualize, right? What exactly I'm saying is that this is all my data. This, oh sorry, let me draw clearly so that you guys can visualize. What exactly I'm saying, we are having all this data information. Let's say I have one point here and another point here, another point here, and another point here, another point here, and another point here, another point here. With respect to all this data, let's say speed is 80, 90, 100, and distance is this. Let's say, let represent this with the X, this with the X, and this with the Y. Right, guys? What exactly I am saying here, that if I already know all these points, what exactly I am making? I am making one line with respect to all these points, right? With respect to all these points. How I am going to make this line? That is the next question we are going to cover. But the point is, with respect to all these points, I have one line, right? Whenever new line come into the picture, what exactly I will do if I want to find out this y? What I will do? I will almost predict that with respect to this y, I will make one line. I will make one perpendicular line from here to here. Right, guys? One perpendicular line here to here. Whatever the value comes here, that is my predicted value. Whatever the value come here, which is almost y, let's say you are starting with the 80 from here, and which is 100. If I take this line perpendicular to this one, what could be the value from here? It's more than 100, right? This is almost more than 100. This line is almost more than 100. So my predicted value comes over almost more than 100, right? The predicted value will come over more than 100. But the real question is, how exactly I will draw this line, right? The real question could be, how exactly I will draw this line. That is the real question. The question is, I draw some line. I have some points. I made some conclusion over given the X and the Y. But how exactly I will draw this line? Because the line could be here, or the line could be here, or the line could be here, or the line could be here, right? But why I am choosing this line compared to all this line? What is the main reason here to take this line compared to all these lines?
Because density of the points is much on that area.
Yeah, density of the points is much, but how I'm going to find that? How I'm going to find how the density is going to find is using the error, right? Using the error, or using the distance between point to line. If I take each point and find out the distance, let's say these are my 5 points, right? These are my 5 points from one point to here, and another will be from here to here, and another will be here to here, and another will be here to here, and another will be here to here. So what exactly we are doing here is that we are finding distance between all the points from here to here with all the points, and we are summing all the distances and we are routing them, whatever the value we are getting with respect to this line, with respect to this line, with respect to all the lines, we are going to take the minimum one. Right, guys? You understand that how exactly this line will be chosen compared to all this line with these points. Yeah. If you have any doubts, please let me know over the chat. We can discuss. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Satyam. Yeah. Simply, uh, yeah. Good question, Vaibhav. There is couldn't be infinite lines, but we know that if I take this line, right, with respect to all these points, I know one thing I know damn sure about that. What is the distance between this line to this line? This line to this data sets. Whenever I am routing, I will get some value, and I am gonna cover the next point. Matlab, I am gonna reach almost near to this one, right? And once you reach almost near to this one, we will say that compared to whatever the distance we are gonna cover, we are gonna remove all these values. So simply, if somebody or let's simply say one thing. What exactly we are saying is that if I know this is some x distance from with respect to all these points, right? If I'm moving in this direction, let's say if I'm moving in this direction, if I'm moving in this direction, I can ignore all the points near here, right? Whatever the points here, we can ignore, because if I find out that if the lines are distance from here, because I know that this is my base from here, if I take this one, my matlab, sorry, this is my line. If I take line here, the distance is going to be much more compared to this one, right, Vaibhav? There could be infinite line, as you said, there could be infinite lines, but when I know the my scope, I find out that this is my baseline. From here I will find out randomly, I will choose one point from anywhere, and I find out that simply reaching the minimum point, suppose you all know that, suppose if I'm here, to reach the minimum point I will find simply the slope of this one, this is the slope of this one, I will come simply here, and whenever I reach the minimum value, I will find out that this is my line. Or you can simply do, there are three approaches to follow for everything, but we are simply taking what is the distance between these points, and we are gonna see how exactly this distance is calculated. This distance is calculated simply whenever I am taking this line, I will find out the distance between all the points with respect to my line. If the distance is minimum with respect to all this line, I am gonna take that is as minimum. That is as my line. That's where we will do the iteration. When we are coming to the picture of machine learning, what is the iteration? Why it is finding the iteration over the over there? Uh, can somebody, does anybody know how gradient descendant will work? Does anybody have any idea, so that if you people know how gradient descent is work, that exactly can, that is the another approach how we are gonna solve this infinity lines. Right, guys? The part of the finding line is clear, right? The part of finding the line is clear, right? So we will go to the code, and we will see how exactly this code is implemented and where exactly the code will look like. So before going to the code, I just want to make sure that you are pretty sure on this linear regression thing. Okay, so let's dive into the code. So code, exactly what is saying is that, what code is saying is that, so y is the my response, and x is the feature, and this is the coefficient for the x, which is m we are talking about. So the major issues I cover this, and once you went through that, you can cover, you can you can see, or you can, once you got the, I think you already have this code, and it is better you visit this one. And I have some unanswered question here, which you have to do for your tomorrow's assignment. Because in the model perspective, what I can see is that there is no much thing to do on the coding side, right? Tomorrow you will go and see what exactly the linear regression, because I already covered the theory part. Once you go into the home, you will simply go and do how exactly linear regression code is, because linear regression code itself contains only one line of the code, only maximum 2 lines it will fit into the psychic linear regression. So this is the code what exactly we are talking about over all the theorem. So whenever you are doing machine learning algorithms or the any algorithm, you will simply take these 2 lines. For the coding's perspective, any algorithm is only simple 2 lines, only simple 2 lines. So what exactly you will do, you will take, for this we will gonna cover all this in the tomorrow itself, but I'm gonna give you, this is as your assignment. What exactly you have to do, you have to take this as a assignment. So what exactly we told on the data set, we are simply taking these 3 values, right? TV, radio, newspaper, and sales. So you will take, this is your X values and this is as your Y value, right guys? This is, or you can take, this is your X value and this is all your Y values, right? We as sorry, I will show you over here, dot head. So what exactly we are saying, this is your X value and this is your Y value, right? So we have to take this all your X values. Whenever you are gonna find your Y values, you are gonna split your data into 2 sets. One is X and one is Y, right? So I'm gonna do what exactly the X and how you're gonna split the X and Y value. But the linear regression part of the code, there is nothing much to told you on the linear regression. It is better you start think in the perspective of the linear regression and make a simple assumption how exactly linear regression will look like in these 2 data sets, right? So we are having all this data, TV, radio, newspaper, TV, radio, newspaper. So what exactly we are doing, we are taking like 3 values, TV, radio, newspaper as our X values. So can someone tell me, if we take 3 values, what could be our, what is our expression look like? Over the chat, can someone tell me, if we take, can someone tell me, if we told that y is equal to mx plus c is our normal linear regression when we take 2 values, right? So what could be the equation when we took the 3 values? It will contain 3 variable with the 3 respective coefficient. Yeah. So what exactly Deshmukh or the Swanand is saying, that it simply look like y is equal to x1, ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3, right? So in here we are saying that x1 is our TV and x2 is our radio and x3 is our newspaper and y is our sales, right? Yeah. As Emma told, plus constant, plus the, what is the noise or the what is the error rate, we are going to find out. That could be coming to the point of the constant point. So we will discuss more on the constant, right? So what exactly we are saying is that whenever we are taking x1, So we will simply taking TV here, and we are simply saying this is the TV and this is our newspaper. This is our newspaper, and we are saying here is this is our radio. Right, guys, you understand as a perspective of the coding as the theory part, right? We are simply saying these three values, and if I go see here, these are is our my x values. So this could be my x1, x2, and x3. And please do code with me as we are discussing. You have more questions when you do the coding. And what exactly we are saying is that our TV will look like this: 200 comma 3, which is 200 is the rows, 3 is our values, which is TV, radio, newspaper. And uh, if you are using, whenever if you want to do x or the y, you will simply take features as a TV, radio values, and you will do data dot features columns, right? Which is simply the list of the Python. It will simply take all the x values. Once you do the x values, and you will do same for the y value, right? And once you do the y value, we will simply do the what exactly the y value look like. Y is 200 comma 1, right? And once you do these values, once you do x and y values, what exactly we have to do? We have to model our, we have to train our model, right? So what to train our model, what exactly we are going to do? We are going to simply take all the x values and all the y values, right? But to predict, we don't have exactly all the data, right? So to predict, we don't have all the exact data. So what we are going to do, we are going to split our data and predict over itself. So whenever the new thing come into the picture, we know that what is the predict we are going to do. So if we simply say that whenever we are child, we do some mistakes and we learn something from our mistakes, and we don't do that mistake again, because we already know that if I do this one, what could be the cost for me, right, guys? So it is also doing the same thing over your data. It will simply doing the modeling or the training over the data. If I given this value, what could be the output and what could be the predicted value, right, guys? So we will simply find out that, and we will simply taking this train data x value, and we are gonna simply build our train dot x value. So what exactly we are saying that I want to split this is one line code, train dot split x comma y with the 0.20 and 30. You can use the normal industry or the normal data science says that it is almost good to use 0.25, and we will simply use 0.25, and we will train our data with respect to 150 comma 3, 50 comma 3, 50 comma 3, right, guys? So once you are following with the code, right? There is no much in the code. This is only simply the function for the Python. Without this also it will work. So with simply we are saying that use the pre-library of the train test split. So what exactly it will do, it will take x and your y with 200 comma 3 and 200 comma 1, and it will split with respect to 20.5. So it is taking random 50 rows from the your x and y. Hi Raj, you are getting error. Where you are getting error? Can you tell me the which part of the where exactly on the code you are getting splitting, or the splitting the data, or the modeling the data, or Raj, can you tell me where exactly you are getting the error? Yeah, it is saying that x and y are not defined, right? So before you are doing, you have to run this code also, right? To define your x, what exactly we told that. So simply, I will write one code here, Raj. So you will You will do the same, I think. So what exactly I told? Features is equal to our TV uh, TV, newspaper, newspaper, and radio. Right? And what exactly you will do? X is equal to data and feature. So this is the simple line you have to add, Raj. So what exactly you have to do? Features is equal to TV, newspaper, radio, and make sure the TV, newspaper or the same with this. Same with what exactly we told on here, right? This is the same. So what exactly you have to run this before you run your command. So you have to run this one. Features is equal to TV, radio, newspaper, and where X will be data with array of features, right, Raj? And we can connect. If you are getting error, I can solve that, no problem. This is a simple issue. So once you model your data, you will simply find out the what is the relation between. To find out that, you will simply take the error value and you will use the your model to train your data, right? So before I would like to explain all here like linear regression with the scikit-learn or the everything, but I would like to see you will do this part at your end, and we can come tomorrow and we will see how exactly it's gonna work. So before that, let me take new data set and explain that, and we'll see what exactly we have learned on yesterday, so that we will learn more thing on the feature extraction side. Because as a part, as what I've seen on the what I've seen in my understanding, whenever we are modeling, uh, whenever we are modeling, it will better to first learn the feature extraction part, and to I will say that whenever you are doing or the doing the problem or anything, if you take as your 100 efforts in the solving one problem in the data science or the machine learning, you're gonna put 70 percentage of your time on the pre-processing or the EDA part, and 20 percentage of the work you're gonna do on your modeling part, and 10 percentage of the part you're gonna do the solving the error or the auto corrections, right? So that's why my focus is to pre-processing, where you will extract some data, right, guys? So what is the significance of test size? Deshmukh, with the significance of test size is that whenever we are doing the modeling, we know that it is already predefined things, right? The model automatically knows that whatever the predefined things, but we want to give some uncertainty in the model, so that we will take out some already they presented data sets from the data. And let's say if we are having 100 rows and we are gonna do our modeling on the 75 rows, which it will learn, and whenever we are gonna give this 20 percentage, remaining 20 percentage, that is what exactly the test is. So remaining this test, we are gonna see how our modeling or the how our algorithm will working with this test size, right, Deshmukh? I'm saying that it's, yeah, you understand that. So let do some real coding with a different data set, and we'll see how exactly where exactly we are gonna go. So let me take new collab, new notebook. Let me import this as a pre. So let me take one example, one data set from here, which is, let's take one Titanic data set, which already everybody know about that, and it is better to go with that. So let me take the data set. Yeah, guys, let go code together, and we will see how exactly it's gonna work. So let's take once it is done.
Sir, which data set you have chosen there?
Yeah, I've chosen Titanic dataset, and you guys all open your new notebook, new collab with the new notebook. So I'm pasting this link here on the chat. So just take from the everyone in meeting. So here. So I pasted that on the chat. So let's go here. So what exactly we were doing? So data is equal to let come up with your answers over the chat. Mhm. Okay, guys, let's whatever you want to do here. Let me tell how we are gonna read. We are gonna simply do pd dot read csv, right? Yeah. Once you are gonna do pd dot read csv, it will take this, and once we run this one, it will show all the data. So to get first 5 values, what I will do, data dot head, right? So if I run this one, I will get all the information, right? This is new data set which I took, and this is all the values I've taken, right? So once I run this one, so what we are gonna do, we are simply take how many values are missing and how many values are not missing. To do that, what we are gonna do, can someone tell me what is the value? So we will simply do info. So we will gonna run this. So it will give me all the values. So we'll run with the function, and it will give me the how many values are there, how many values are not there, right? Are you guys following with me, right? Yes. Yeah, that is a good, once you got the information, what is it is saying? It is saying that there are total 891 entries with the passenger, survived, class, name, sex, age, ticket, fare, cabin, embarked. But you can see here, right, that there are only 204 values present for the cabin, and there are only 714 values are present out of 891, right, guys? There are only 891 values are present over here, right? So Deshmukh, what exactly we are doing here is that we are simply just copy this pandas as Sabon, all these values, right? You will simply copy all these values, and once you copy these values, I have provided the link on the chat with the URL. With the URL, I provided link over the chat. And go here and simply paste that, and you will do simply pd.read.csv. So once you done the pd.read.csv, you will get all the information. And once you get the information, what you will do? You will simply do the, okay, let me share this with you, everybody, whatever we have done. Nothing, Raj, but still I will share this one with you so that everybody can open this on their own systems. Copy link, and I'm gonna paste it over. I'm gonna paste it over chat. Right, guys, please open this link. Sorry. Please, guys, please open this collab link and try to. We will do the coding with all together. We will do the coding. Right, guys? So what exactly we have done? We have done simply find out the data.info. And if I want to see how many, what is the shape of this one? What will I do? I will simply do the shape and it will give me all the information. Yeah, which saying that 8.1 is present and with the 12 with the all the features. So let me go with the info, right? Once we type the info, once you type the info, we are saying that there are only 899 values are present for the cabin. This is 204. This is 714. So whenever you are dealing with the data sets, make sure one thing, guys. Whenever your data is 30 percentage data is not present on one feature, please drop this value. Whenever you are dealing with the data, if the 30 percentage of data is not present, please remove that feature because it is not much useful compared to all the features. It is better sometimes, but if it is not 30 percentage not contributing to your model, it is good to remove that features. And if you are taking 899 values, take for remaining two values, please pick median or the mod, or for these values also same, you can pick the median or mod. So to pick the median or mod, can someone tell me what is the code look like? So I want to do all this embark remaining two values which are none values. So I want to find out median of the embark and I have to fill in that values, right? Describe, okay. Yeah, Pavan, describe is, it will tell something about the data, but I want to fill the remaining two values in the embark. So what exactly we are having? We are having data, right? We are having data and we are having embark. Embark is our one feature, right? One feature. I want to fill not available values, which is remaining two values, right? Fill with data, embarked, data, embarked, mod, or the median, whatever you want to choose. Data.mod median with the 0. Right, guys? You're understanding here, right? I want to put remaining two values or the remaining null values. I want to take data, embark, which is this feature, or you can simply say here, this is our head, right? Embark is this one. This one is our embark, right? So what exactly I am saying is that take data, embark, fill not available. Fill not available, it's saying that whatever the values, this you can see that there are total 891 values, but two values are not present. So we are saying that fill notable values with, this is with data.mode or the median, whatever you want to choose, right? fill not available as where you want to fill these values, data dot embark, right? Right, guys? If you see, if I run this, let me see, let me run this. So once I run, you can see here, let me take another one. And if I do same thing here, data.info, I will take this, and I will run data.info. If I run data.info, see here, what exactly Embark saying? Embark saying is that there are total 891 values. Before, how much values we are having? We are having only 889 values. Right, guys? You're coding with me, right? Everybody is coding with me, right? It is important to code with everybody so that whatever the doubts you are getting, I can clear, or you get to know much better here, right? So we will do another same exercise here with the with the different thing. Let me take another. Let me take another here. So what exactly we are seeing? We are having age with the less values, right? Right. We are having age with the less values, right? So I want to first take median of the age. How exactly we will take the median of age? Data dot age dot median, right? I got the median. Let me store this value on median age, right? Median underscore age. Let me store somewhere here, right? Once I find out the median, what exactly I will do that data dot age dot fill not available with, can someone tell me what is the value we are going to place? Fill not available, this value, right? What exactly
Median
we are
underscore age.
okay, we median underscore age, right? We will simply in place 2, it will say that whatever the places we have to do, simply replace that one. Right, guys? If I run this one, what exactly it will show me? Let me data, let run this one. Once you run this one, you will see, guys, here. Before we are having 714 and we got all the 891 values. Please, guys, if you have any doubts, please let me know, because this is important. What should we do if non-numerical field is there? Right. Deshmukh, if non-numerical field is there, that could be coming to the category part. So there are three kind of ways where we can deal with the categories. One thing is that we can take it as a one on dummy categories, like how exactly we are going to use, or the one encoding which says that if say you are having three categories values, let's say red, blue and green is there, so we will represent as a one, we will represent in the three ways. Let's say green for 001, red is for 010 and blue is for 100. So that is the way we are going to deal with the categorical value. So how can we see what is the value which is replaced to those num fields? So the how we can see, we will see that what are the fields we simply having non values previous. Once we get the data dot non values, we will get all the values, and you can simply do all the fill not available values. So what are the values are not available, you will simply query that, Abhishek. Right. Once you get this information, what you exactly do, you have to make some let do one simple plotting. We will do some one simple kind of a plotting here, right? So what exactly we want to do is that let's find out that heat map with respect to one another, right? So what exactly we are going to do, we are going to do SNS heat map with respect to what exactly we are going to find that heat map is that I want to first find out the what is the correlation between all the values. So how exactly we will going to find the correlation? Titanic or the data dot correlation, right? We will simply use this correlation, and we will get this correlation, and we will simply use uh, correlation, right? If you want to plot this value, what exactly you will do? We defined as a PLT right here. We will define PLT here, right? We will simply plot like PLT dot I want to figure, and let see how exactly Google Colab is doing. It is giving all much what is the information we are already needed. So I want to use my figure size as, let's say, 10 comma 10 or the 7 comma 7. What is the feasible for us? So let's keep it as 7 comma 7. Once you got the correlation, we will do plot dot title. I want to give my plot some title which says is correlation. So guys, did you see the correlation graph, right? So but we didn't got much information here because it is almost it's not good enough with the coloring or the values we got from here, right? So what exactly we are going to do? We are going to simply find what is the correlation, and we are going to find what is the scalar plot is going to look like. Right, guys? So I'm going to share two things with you. One is let me stop here. Let me stop here with respect to the coding, because we already did some coding and we have some hands-on experience. It is up to you. You have to go and do the coding, because from tomorrow onwards we are gonna, this is all the basics I want to cover, how exactly you are gonna do the coding and how exactly the data is look like. Once you got the basics, I want to move it to the product recommendation, actual product recommendation, where you get some information and you do the coding part. Let me stop here with the coding part. Once we are I want to give some good information with respect to what are the links you should refer, what is Kaggle look like. And I want to give two things before you we come into the what exactly links we are going to discuss. So first thing, this is day 2 assignment for all of you. uh, this is day 2 assignment for all of you. Yeah, this is day 2 assignment for all of you. Please, can someone post it on this link within the groups, so that everybody will have the uh, understanding of what is the code. And I'm gonna share some links with you which are useful for you in the future. Okay guys, let me share two things with you. First thing is, if you want to learn anything about linear regression or the logistic regression, you can simply refer here, which is my GitHub link. So you can simply go here and you can find all the resources, like how to reading a data frame using pandas, handling missing values. Because in 1.5 hour time explaining everything is too difficult for us, because our main focus is on the product recommendation. So this is the values, and this is the logics regression what we said, and this is the linear regression part. And you can simply explore here and what exactly the data analysis look like, what is the EDA part look like, right? What is k-means implementation, which is very important for us when we are developing. And I would strongly suggest you at least go through some basics, so you will have much understanding of all this, right guys? And if you not understanding anything on the perspective of something, or please refer any blogs with says how exactly the recommendation is looking, how exactly the algorithm will work, right? And another thing I want to share here is that there is another resource I found which is useful for all of us. It's useful for me also. If you're much interested in typing deep on the recommendation system, so what exactly it is saying that there are number of recommendation applications are going around. So when someone says that you took that workshop on product recommendation, what you have learned over there, right? Or the what exactly your at least the product recommendation in perspective of the data is going. So you can you can see this software recommendation systems and all the what are the okay. Do you guys see my screen? Is it visible? I got it got stuck. Can someone confirm the yeah, yes, yeah. So if you go and see here, you can see the software as a service, right? We we just told that how exactly the Amazon and how exactly the Recombi, and I would suggest that please visit this one, Recombi, which I found. This is the startup and they're doing so much over the Recombi. What exactly you have to do? You have to simply give your data set and they will automatically come up with all the recommendation algorithm. How cool is that, guys? So you will simply give your data set and it will automatically tell you everything, right? And there are another resources which says that uh, resource as a SaaS recommendation, software as a resources. So this all the prediction surprise. So these are all the models. I don't say that this is don't do go with the implementation part of this, but at least understand what are the recommendations kind of a things we are going to see, and how exactly industry looking at the recommendation perspective. And there are not there is academic recommendation system, there is benchmarking recommendation systems, and the media recommendation system. What are the books you are going to follow? So I will suggest that please go through this link once before coming to the workshop tomorrow, so you will have the much understanding of recommendation, right? Another thing I want to show is that Kaggle. uh, do you want me to explain the Kaggle, or do you know much matlab, do you know sufficient about the Kaggle? If you want to explain, please comment yes over the chat. Yes, please explain. Yeah, tell about Kaggle. Yeah, guys. Yeah, let me tell about Kaggle. So if I open Kaggle, yeah, it's loading, guys. Just because of this traffic, it's loading. Just Give a second, it will automatically load. So what exactly Kaggle is doing is that Kaggle is giving all the information related to data or the data science or the AI field or what exactly the art of data science is looking for, right? So they are, it's not about the competition itself, it is about the knowledge sharing. Most of the knowledge sharing happens of the data science over the Kaggle. So whatever the you are going to visit, there are, you can, there are benchmarking in the Kaggle. There are data grandmasters, masters, or the over the 3x grandmasters. So I will suggest you, let's take simple one notebook. Let's simple search with the COVID, right? Let simply search with the COVID. We can search with the COVID. You can see how many number of notebooks are present over the simple part of the data of the uh, COVID. If we are talking about the COVID, there are having numerous applications. And if you go and see what is the data sets, at least Kaggle having, let go. And if you go and the see and the data perspective, you can, this is an open source. This is open source and free for everybody. And there are lots of data sets in the sense, matlab, you can't imagine how many data sets they are presenting. So Kaggle is a two-way thing. It's for the learning and it's for the competition. So I will suggest you, everybody, whatever the competition happening, whatever the competition is building, let's go and simply participate for one thing. Let's go and simply go and participate for the thing and understand the problem and understand the knowledge. I'm not saying about you go and do the competition and matlab, uh, for beginner it will be very hard to at least to understand the problem itself, but it is always better to start somewhere, right? Let's go and let's everybody go from tomorrow and take this, let me choose one for you everybody. So yeah, so let for the knowledge perspective, we will simply everybody please register to Kaggle and take digit recognition. I will copy this. I will copy because I also don't know about what exactly the digit recognition, but we will go and we will simply see how exactly, what exactly the problems statement itself, right? We will go and see how exactly the problem statement on how, what are the approaches we can find, what are the things we should cover, right guys? So tomorrow we are gonna simply, there are two tasks for you. One is assignment and one is digit recognition. So whenever you are coming, make sure that you all coming with these two topics, right? So I will stop here and I will hand over to Kunal. He can, if whatever the questions he can cover. Yeah, Kunal, over to you.
Thank you, Naveen. Thank you so much. Hello, friends. Kunal again this side. Okay, what is the first task? I think, Naveen, it's for you only.
The first task is simply the assignment I have given. I will post that link on the WhatsApp chat also once we end this session.
Naveen, do one thing after the session. I think you have already logged into this KP platform as well now. So
Yeah,
kindly publish all
yeah,
the links with the content that what you want audience to do it, so that those who have already joined the platform, they can get an access over there. And parallelly, we can put the links over the WhatsApp group as well. So both of the places, they can get an access of the links.
yeah, guys. What exactly we will do? We will simply post all the assignments on the KP platform. Please visit the KP platform and will share on
WhatsApp
the
group as well.
WhatsApp,
I mean, we can
WhatsApp
also
group.
put up at the WhatsApp group as well. So those who are accessing the KP, they can go through it. Those who are not accessing the KP, they can access from WhatsApp group as well. WhatsApp group link, I think I have already shared WhatsApp group link. Let me, I keep on sharing the link again and again. Let me, okay. So again, I'll be sharing the link for you guys. Okay, once again, I'll be sharing with you those who have not enrolled with the group, or just go and join this WhatsApp group, because it is dedicated to for our ML, DL and AI community. So whatever will be the updates we're gonna. So I actually wanted to know how many people have just come for the first time. How many people have just attended the first session of today's? Those who have not presented the earlier. Mahesh, okay, Mahesh, you are there. Mayank, you are there. Samuel, yes, Samuel, you are there. Okay, anyone else? Only three guys. CSC, CSC. Okay, yes, you are there. Okay, around 4 people are there who have just joined for the first time. Anyone else is pending? Okay, no problem. So, guys, over the group, we have shared the last session link, which the recordings of the link, you can go through the link. I think, Naveen, this is for you.
Yeah, yeah, Satyam, we are gonna integrate the recommendation model, but it's not exactly the integration part we are gonna look. If the time permits, we can do that, but I'm not give you assurance on that. Are we gonna integrate or that? But I can explain how we are gonna integrate that model.
But
Or
I
I
think,
gonna
Naveen, that is the integration part we can take care into this our deep detailing modules, na? Which we
yeah
have
that is
already. This does not comes under the free modules, I believe.
yeah Kunal.
I think the integration, because all the execution part in terms of integration and the concept execution, we have taken it for the second phase of product recommendation model that I had already told you guys. Yes, for the paid one. So yes, we'll be taking. I think Naveen will be taking care of in the paid one, na?
Yeah, it's taken care in the paid one. The all the integration and all the execution of the
Yes. So all the execution and integrations of the concepts and the algorithms will be taken care into the paid one, the second phase of the module. Apart from this, I have a request that guys, please go and join the KP platform and the WhatsApp group, so that it would be very easy for the smooth communication for all the updates regarding the content and the assignments and the all the recordings links. Now, again, I have a humble request to everyone, guys, please be on time, because there are so many people. Tell me about payment. I'll tell about the payment in couple of days. Like you can expect in couple of days we'll be releasing the pricings and everything, the payment part, and the what are the benefits that we're gonna exclusively give it to you guys with the payment structure. So just be on group for next couple of days, and we'll be releasing it, the details. uh, any other apart from any technical queries, is there any queries are pending, so I can resolve those queries? Walid, I'll be, yes, you keep on asking me from last couple of days. So obviously I'll gonna tell you will in couple of days only. So we are working onto the pricing structure, because we wanted to make an exclusively uh, a price structure for this particular audience who has been keep coming for our platform, who has been serious enough to work with us. So obviously we are trying to giving you the benefits as much as possible from our end. And again, I have an humble request that guys, I've seen that a lot of people have been joining after 1 hour or after 1.5 hours. So that would probably you guys would not be able to get the content in a whole way or in a holistic way. So guys, please be on time, so that it would be easy for you to get the better understanding. Because if we'll be come in the middle of the session, then probably we cannot ask our experts to keep going back again and again to the initial content and again get back to you, because we have a limited time. So it's an humble request, and please be serious enough to come on time so that we can initiate and we can execute and we can wrap up at as the discussed time. Any other queries apart from technical queries? Is there anything pending, friends, from our end? Please, yes, please respond it. Okay, so Naveen, what I'll be doing, Naveen, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, so because I've got a request from the other people. So as of now, one more thing, friends, I wanted to update you that we are not supposed to allow or to share the recordings with our community, because we wanted to have a serious community to build up, and we want people to come on time and get through the content. In case people want it, for recordings, obviously we have made it a payment across for the certifications of participation certification and the recordings. So there is a payment. You guys, apart from those who want to get an access, they'll have to pay a nominal charges, and we'll share the recordings with them. But like yesterday itself, we have shared the recordings. Today also, I'll be sharing the recordings with you all guys, because there are so many people who have just come, who have got lost the connection in between. They have sent their request as well. So just for today only, I'll be making sure that we'll be uploading the recordings to all the links, but make sure by tomorrow we might not be able to share the recordings with you. So please be on time, be attentive into the session, and that's what we wanted. So we want people to have a serious learning from us, and we are putting a lot of efforts, like Naveen and me and our team, who has been working hard to give you the add-on value as much as possible from our end. So we want also to have a serious participation from you guys. Like there was so many people who had joined the yesterday session, but they do not show up by for today's session. So that is what the problem, that if you are irregular with the joining, then it would create a lot of disturbances to the group. So it's an humble request for everyone that please be on time and keep joining the events every day. Okay, Naveen, there is a query for you.
Yeah. Sakti, my collab need to Google collab need to access the permission. Then how I'm stuck with the person. So, Sakti, I'm gonna give the full rights, but you can do one thing. You can simply download that Google Colab and uh, simply do everything on your with your account. The I want to be pretty clear here. You no need to submit all the assignments. It is for your understanding, but you will learn so much from these assignments.
Okay, so yeah, Samuel, what's your suggestion? I mean, you were supposed to share some suggestion with us. We would be interested to hear about it. Yeah. Anyone wants to share anything with us? They can unmute for time being, and we would love to hear it out. Okay, that's okay. It is up to you. If you want to share it into the WhatsApp group, okay, that's okay. Feedback form, I think we have run a poll. Did you participated into the poll? We already have run a poll. Yeah, so I think that's enough for us. And anyway, I'll be again. Let me. Uh, we have taken the feedback yesterday itself.
Kunal, if it okay, you will take care of the session. I
Yeah,
have
okay, fair
small
enough.
work.
Yeah, sure, sure. You can leave the session. I'll connect you post this session. Naveen, just once you'll have a time, just post it onto the KP and WhatsApp group, the links of the assignments and other stuff.
Sure, I am doing it now, and will
Sure.
will
I'll connect you. I'll ping you and then we'll connect you. We'll discuss about it. Yeah, friends, anything wants to discuss? Yeah, Shakti. I think feedback form. I think we ran a survey initially, and probably this is what we wanted to have a better understanding of our sessions. Anything apart from the technical queries, do you guys want to share with me or want to have an discussion with me? I'm more interested, guys, to hear about any suggestions, any feedback, and anything that would help you guys to get through the better of your career and to the learning part. I would be highly interested to interact with you all, guys, to get the concerns or to get the understandings from you guys how we can improve the your personalized experience with the sessions and the learning. Anyone? I mean, you guys can unmute yourself for time being as well. I mean, we can connect if anyone wants to share anything.
Yeah, hi Kunal, Abhishek this side.
Yeah, Abhishek. Yeah, please.
So yeah, today's session was great. What I was feeling like somewhere I felt the hands-on could have been because we were not able to match with him at some point of time, and so if we'll have the hands-on which can take us all along with Naveen, that probably would help and feel connected uh, all along the course. That's what I was feeling that is a little feedback.
So Abhishek, I think we have more of an hands-on into this paid one module. We have already put up and planned it off. So anyway, I'll again share your concern with the Naveen and we'll have a discussion and we'll try to assure you that we'll have more hands-on. But I hope you understand that we have a limited time to execute. And all the data sets and the content has been available at the GitHub profile of Naveen. So it would be just to give you the more understanding about, because if we'll start going with the hands off with every detailing, then obviously you understand that we'll have to put up more time. We'll have to, it will stretch it like more than. And what I've been seeing that many people have been leaving the sessions in between, probably because of certain things. I don't know about it. So still, you can just put up the query and I'll have a discussion with them that how we can stretch it to them. Okay, Abhishek, is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay, is there anyone who wants to connect and who want to share his concern or want to share anything with us? Anyone? Okay, fair enough. So I think no one is interested as of now. So we'll try to wrap up this session. We'll meet again by 6 sharp in the evening and we'll continue with our journey to the next level. And meanwhile, I'll be sharing the links and the detailings to all the social media channels and to the KP platform and to the WhatsApp group so that you guys can access the recordings of today's session and anyone wants to have a better understanding for the future reference. Thank you so much for the connect. And if there could be anything pending, do connect us and we would love to hear it. We would love to sort out all the queries of yours. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for this session and thank you so much for the connect. Yeah, thank you so much. So we'll connect again by tomorrow and we'll discuss further. Have a nice day. Okay, friends, thank you so much. I'll be wrapping up this session and thank you so much for connecting.